Hey, beautiful world. This week and throughout the weekend, we get to honor mothers. To my nurses, our teachers, and my very own wonderful, kind hearted Queen Mother, Avis Cherry Barrett. This tribute, darling, is for you.
Mama, Mama, you know I love you. Ooh, you know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my
And
heart.
Grandma.
Your love is like tears from the stars. Mama, I just want you to know. Loving you is like food to my soul.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it is.
is. Food to my soul.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
is. Yes,
Yes,
it
it is.
is. Food to my soul. Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Tiger Mom, Mama Bear, all of that in one. You're a warrior queen for the ones you love. From sunrise to sundown, nurturer, guardian, teacher, housekeeper, you wear so many hats, my love. In spite of all the difficulties, you never ever give up. Your sacrifice paves the way. You inspire us each and every day. We honor you, our darling mommy, mama, mom. Every day we see your reflection in who we have become. Thinker, planner, prayer warrior, party planner, producer, numbers cruncher, best cook ever, nurse, counselor, problem solver, a true reflection of our Heavenly Father. And Aunt B, our family queen, matriarch, my grandma, the love I have for you is immeasurable. But for moms everywhere, you matter. We love you. We appreciate everything you do. God bless you with extra strength, extra favor, and a little bit of TLC time. Love you, moms. Hello, 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 world. We're honored you came back to the Beloved Queens podcast. I'm Tina Matherson with my ladies, Claudia Lewis, everybody calls Queen Trina, and Veronica Gray. Ready, Queens?
Let's get it on, ladies.
Caribbean Queens in the ATL.
For the next few seconds, just rock with us. Rock with us. Rock with us. Next few
Yeah,
seconds,
man.
just rock with us.
Feel the vibes, man.
When we were kids, our parents drilled in our heads, make good choices. As parents now, we tell our kids the same thing. Why? Because our choices are powerful. So today we're going to discuss how one pivotal choice can change a life.
As adults, we tend to feel that, well, we kind of know now that we don't know nothing. When you're teenagers, you feel like you know everything, and in your 20s, when you're supposed to be finding yourself, you really feel that you're there, and you're not. And the decisions you make then are going to be completely different than the decisions that you're going to make now. So when you see a young person making a decision, have grace on them. Give them grace. Remember you were that child. Remember you were that 20-year-old. If they want, because a lot of them, remember, them know everything. You were that person too. They don't want to hear from you. So, but if they ask, give them your opinion. Share your experience with them. You have a lot of young people who are getting married. And if you are in a marriage and you are more experienced, you've been married longer, provide some advice. They don't know, it's all new to them. Share your experience. And we went back to the whole thing about some people don't want to hear their business. Let them know that it is not all roses and petal rose petals and sunshine, that marriage
And riding off
riding
into the
off into this.
sunset with Cinderella
Right.
and the
I
prince.
mean,
Fairy
The fairy
tale.
tale situation,
it,
that is not
it's not
facts.
facts.
Nope.
That share
It
with them
isn't.
that there are going to be ups and downs. Share, but don't just say, don't give blanket statements.
Mm-mm.
Give personal experience and
Stories.
stories so that they
Yes.
can
Yes.
learn from you.
I find that when I share the stories with the young people, you get them to talk to you more, honestly.
Because you're more open, you seem like a real
Yeah.
person, as opposed to you giving out this
Person.
generic and listen and you quote the Bible. Listen, nobody love the Lord like me, but I am
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to tell you what is happening right now. The
The test,
But the
the
testimonies.
Bible,
stories were
you
the
can't go back. The
testimony.
testimony, you
Hmm.
overcome by your
Yeah.
testimony.
But if I can tell them that, listen, when me did vex with my husband and me a go and like me nice, my
Roxanne.
husband that for sure me
Mm-mm.
said this and this, they will be able to relate with that.
People get it.
Relate.
Mm-hmm. I want to bring up family secrets because sometimes the old people them have trauma too,
Oh.
Mm.
and they
Mm-hmm.
bury the trauma, act like it never happened, and they could have um preserved their grandchild, their own child, from repeating the same thing that happened to them.
Mm.
You know, by sharing, like, listen, this happened to me. It's because I didn't know so and so, and this happened to me, and then boops, this happened. When a elderly person share their mistakes with you don't just put them up on a pedestal anymore. You're like, oh, they're really human for real, and they do make mistakes, but here is the lesson they got out of
Mhm.
it.
Right.
So if you have some the older generation, they are very tight-lipped about their trauma. They're not gonna talk about it. They act like it
Mm-hmm.
never happened. Oh, they're accomplished now, so they don't look back at the things that. But people, all of the people that in the Bible, from Moses to Peter,
Mm-hmm.
all of these people had issues.
Issues.
They're never perfect. Be a troublemaker them. And
All
God
right.
used the people that mistakes and just catapult them to be leaders of nations, leaders of this, leaders of that. Listen, if me bring up my skeleton, everybody run. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why we try to be open and honest on this podcast, because
Yeah.
we found that when we made the worst mistakes of our lives, that was our biggest lesson of our lives as well.
Biggest lessons.
Not true, Trina. How much big mistake you make? Oh my God.
Listen, stop count. That's all. Stop count. Okay. It's been done from the beginning up to now. Okay. Every day is a school day. I'm still learning. I am still learning.
Every
Okay.
day is a school day. Every
Every
day is
day
a
is a
school
school
day.
day.
And they need to hear
We're
that
not
too.
perfect.
They need to hear that we're still
Yes,
growing, we're
because
still learning.
we're still growing.
We
Because
are.
you are growing daily. Your husband is growing daily. Your children are everyone's growing. We're constantly evolving. So there's no way that we are going to always be on the same page.
Right.
Nope.
No.
No, Veronica was talking to me the other day. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I talk to my child all the time about hygiene and all this stuff. Do I have to keep doing it when they get older? I'm just so tired of talking about this and talking about this over and over. Does it change? And the evolution is real, people.
Mm,
I have a
yes.
10-year-old and I have a 15-year-old. And the stuff that you repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat with the 10, the 15-year-old is like, today I heard him like, Mom, I'm taking out the trash at 2. I was like, who? Hmm?
What? What? What is that? Y'all have a
I didn't have
time.
to say that right now.
Mm.
Okay? So there is hope. We are always transitioning, even the young people, them. He's like, Mom, I see the trash, and I before you say it, I'm taking the
Before you
trash
said
out at 2.
at 2.
And there was a time
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, repeat the same thing over and over and over and over. And you're like, wait a minute. I don't understand why this is a daily repetition. But they learn
They
and they grow
they
and they
learn.
evolve. Children is doing it. Husband a move.
Husband are
Wife a
doing
move. If
what
you
I
are not moving, you are
Yep.
dead.
there you go. Period.
Growth is inevitable. We're born a certain way as babies. Our bodies are changing constantly. There's
Mm.
evolution at every decade. There is some big shift, whether it's a mental shift or just your body. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
evolution is one thing that is constant.
Constant. Yeah.
Women changing, men changing, the children changing, the old people them are change, the body are change, the spirit are change. You're
Mm.
evolving. You're evolving, living, breathing human being. It's inevitable. So don't choose not to evolve.
That's it.
Don't choose to be someone who is alive but dead.
Mm.
Mm. Mm. Alive but
It's
dead.
a
It
decision,
is.
people.
Yes, it is. It's a decision.
Sure is a decision.
Don't choose to withhold your love when you can give
Oh,
it.
definitely.
Mm. Mm. Oh yes.
Speaking
Yeah.
to the malice people in the room.
All those
You
who love
know,
to
me I
hold
talk
malice, we
about a
used to
wash
do
and
it
go on
too.
so. Sure.
Don't throw the word pastor from the pulpit.
Yeah.
Time for collect offering. Time for collect offering.
Okay?
Right.
You don't. You have people.
Mm.
What COVID teaches more than anything else is
Mm.
you don't
Mm.
know who's here today. Some of the people them who died over this year
Mm.
or even today, you're like, I never thought
Yeah.
I would live to see that person
Mm-hmm.
die. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people.
So many.
I never thought I would be without this person. I never imagined my life that this person wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it means you have love to give. And sometimes it is hard to decide to give your love, but you can. And when you decide not to give your love, to withhold your love, you have decided to do
It is
that.
a choice.
My mother tell me she never want nobody. And she just decided in her mind, and that was the end of the story. And
Mm.
once she held on to that, that was gospel for her.
But the same thing
Mm.
happened to your grandmother.
Push it off.
That was it.
Oh yeah. Listen, people. You see when I send the
Wait.
episode, and when I sent it, them say, "Yup, that was us. Got it on the head. This is us. We had to do this." My grandmother was like that. There is no way I should have not followed in their footsteps. It's God,
So it's almost
and
like
it's their
it's their
prayers.
prayer. So it's almost like breaking a generational curse. Sometimes when we talk about curses and generational curses, sometimes you think it's something bad or something, horrible and yeah,
Guzum, guzum.
but
Yes. Mm-hmm.
this was a generational curse of one family generation decide that they were just going to have a child, and if they get hurt, that they didn't show love or they didn't receive love, but they've had love in the
Hmm.
past, and the one time they got hurt really bad,
Devastated.
it's so
Hmm.
Devastated.
devastating to them that they refuse
To open their
again.
heart
To
again.
open back.
That's deep.
So they decided
That's
that.
a decision.
So I got
They,
devastated in the same way my grandmother and
Same
my mother
thing.
did too.
See it there?
But worse.
see.
It was a weird
Mm.
one. I got devastated to the point where I'm going to describe it like this. To me, that heartbreak felt like someone took my heart out of my chest, put it on the floor, and take the whole body weight and jump
But
up on it.
Tina,
That's how it
how
felt.
that feel is how every woman can describe their heartbreak. That's just exactly how it feels. That's how it felt for your grandmother. That's how it felt for
Hmm.
your mother.
Yep.
That's how it felt for every woman
Mother.
out there who have experienced heartache. But
That's how it felt.
they decided that will never happen to me again.
Never.
Never.
Wow.
And I decided my mom didn't want to get married and don't want nobody. And my grandmother the same. And I never even did correlate my grandmother one because I just see her as holy and just always
Mm,
wanting Jesus. I never even connected it until when I sent her the podcast. And they were like, yep, we just cut off. Listen, man have no say in this.
mm,
My grandmother was like, listen, you can't go to your bed with want and wake up with need. I was like, what does that even mean? They are resolute in this decision, and they know that this is
mm,
what the best decision that they could ever made. Now, when I saw that, I realized how God was merciful to me, that even in their resolution and in their they prayed for someone. They were praying for my life so much that they could not control whether I was going to get married or not, because God put who he want in there and move out who him never want to be in there. They were praying for me so much that by the time my husband come, they accepted him. They've never tried running with them, accept him, because it's like, ever know that you're praying for your children, and then when you finally see the person where you're praying for, you just connect. I guess that's what it was. I guess that's what it was with them. And they told me, they said, oh my gosh, we just loved him. He felt so familiar to us. So, because I guess they just prayed so hard for someone like that. But I never know they were praying. But my decision was, me not want to be like mommy. Me cannot shut down my mind for say because one person hurt me. Nobody else in the world is there for me. I just should do without because one person had whatever their issue was. Because initially when my heart did break, me think of something me do, which most
Most
women
women
do. They
do.
blame themselves
but most
first.
women think it's them. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
I thought it was me, but he just wasn't for me.
Period.
That's it.
Period. And
Mm,
I'm gonna tell you, I have this chain on right now. You see,
Oh,
when I just start date my husband, I have to tell you this a story. Yeah.
oh God.
My husband, we were just dating with fresh a date, and it was my
mm,
birthday. And my husband see me as a queen before me even accept the fact. And my
mm,
husband go a Macy's and buy me one bashment necklace. The necklace pa my neck older than my marriage.
mm,
And my husband buy me a necklace. And when my birthday came and he handed me the box and everything, I'm open it and I looked in there. That's to show you where my mentality was. It definitely wasn't a queen. I opened up the box and I see this necklace and I was like, this is too much for me. Why would you give me this? This
mm.
is too much. We're not even there yet. In my mind, I said, we're not even there yet. Why is he going overboard like this? I don't understand. I close up the box, people. I put back the box on my desk and I never, on the side of my side table, and I never opened the box. So this time I live in a
Mm-mm.
Brooklyn, people. August 29, my birthday. Couple days pass. September 11, 2001. 20 years ago.
Mhm.
My I am about to go to class and I watch news before I go to class because I was a journalism major. I must say plane a fly in a building and all type of thing. And I'm in Brooklyn.
Mm,
So imagine in your mind, you say, okay, the world is kind of coming to an end right about now. Because if this is happening in Manhattan and I'm in Brooklyn,
mm.
this is going to be terrorism all over New York. That's how my mind calculates things. I said, okay, we dying today. Where my box?
You know what?
Where's
Me
my
done.
necklace?
What you say?
Where my box? Uno give me put on my necklace before me dead because this
Ooh,
is about to be a wrap here
my
and I'm
God.
going out beautiful.
Oh my
I'll grab my box and clap on my necklace and I'm telling you, that is what
God,
got
Jesus.
me to put on.
Behind
No,
the neck.
but Trina, the it's so funny
Jesus.
to me. It's like she is thinking about death. I asked you, but you know what? Make me wear the
Death.
necklace before me.
Put on the necklace on. Me can't manage. No.
Not let me
No,
seek
sir.
shelter.
The
Not
one
let
is
me
sweet.
hide. I just said, listen, we are all dying. So
No.
let me put my chain on.
I'm looking cute while I'm doing it. Let me put my chain on. My
You see,
bling
from that day, the
bling.
people, but me tell you that. You see, from that day, there, Veronica will tell you. You see, if me get one new thing, it is on the same day.
All right.
I
That's
don't
what I'm
wait and
talking
put
about.
nothing up.
Mm-mm.
If
I'm
I
there
get
with
something
you.
new, it's going on my body.
Mm,
Cause no,
the
tomorrow I
hello.
promise to nobody. Alone. Stop going like somebody there
Nobody.
forever.
All right.
So I had to appreciate. A September 11 got me to put my chain on. That's my September 11 story. A
Ah,
lot of people have other things going on.
ah,
Me,
oh my
I
God.
realize, listen, just go be the queen where your husband sinner, please. Even at that point, me never
Hello.
even reached there
For
yet.
real.
But he saw that before I became that. He couldn't give me
Mm.
the tin little chain or whatever. A bashment necklace my man give me. Now I'm
Bashment
growing to it.
necklace.
Hello. But before I was like, what's he doing? Nobody had given me anything so exquisite
Mm.
before. Nobody. And that is up in the early dating period.
I see there.
So imagine, you know? So imagine. So by the time we get to the point where marriage was a reality and stuff, I God always I for put me have to tell you about this. God always humble people. Cause see me, I was a confident hombre. You see when me graduate from college, can't find a job, people. Cannot find any job. Me turn babysitter out of college. Right? For calm myself, cause you can't find a job. You're like, I know everything. I got everything. Now I got my degree. It's time to work. Television, here I come. Can't find no work. And
Mm.
when me now work, I mean I do a babysitting. At them the time that my husband a propose. Now me not no money for get married.
Why did you automatically
I'm
assume
just
that is you were gonna pay
saying
for your wedding?
that's how my mother
Mm.
raised me. We're going back to
Mm.
that, girls.
Mm.
You always have to have
All
your
right
bank
now.
book.
Mm.
You always have to have your cash. You
Strong
always have to
independent.
have your
Okay.
this. You always have to pay for your
Yeah.
stuff. And listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I
Mm.
used to be in Jamaica, I used to go on date
Yes.
and certain things like that. I did not have to pay for my dinner. Anybody who you're dating, there was no splitting half and half and all this garbage. I A cultural
Well,
thing
that was a
is
cultural
whoever
thing
the
as
man that
well.
wanted to take out the woman, right,
Yeah.
V? Him pay for everything.
You.
So
Yeah.
this situation
Yeah.
50-50 up
You
here
pay.
when we come to America, we're like, what? This is so weird.
Mm.
Who does
Mm.
that? You want to date me and he
Mm.
must pay half of the food.
Yeah.
Didn't get that.
Half at it. Mm-hmm.
So he dated me. He dated me, proposed to me when me now work, people. The man still, I see, he's seeing all this, and I'm just like, what do you, I don't understand. So my mom had retired at the time, and she went to Jamaica, and my mom, as the moms that we have, you know she gonna go all out, right, people? The woman said, just bring the
Mm-hmm.
man and bring the dress, and you got it going on. You got it situated. Cause guess
All
what? When I
right.
talked to my mother, she said,
Mm.
listen, this was everything to me. I said, what? She said, I didn't have the
Mm.
dream wedding that I wanted, but my one and only daughter was
Mm.
getting the dream wedding, and I was
Mm.
going to pull down every penny that I save and whatever to make sure that you were the beautiful queen that I raised you to be.
The beloved Queen's podcast will continue after this break.
Guys, I can't even believe that it's May already. Can you believe it, guys? Boy, oh boy, 2021 is rolling away. But before we move right along, last week it was my dad's birthday, so I want to give a happy birthday shout out to the one and only Bezo. And I also celebrated one of my good friends from my little group in Brooklyn, the Purplettes. Anissa, happy belated birthday to you too. And also happy belated anniversary to you and Mervin. Nis, you're just my little competitive Purplette. We served in the youth ministry at Brooklyn Tabernacle together as single ladies, and God brought us our kings the same year. My hubby filmed your wedding, and I had the honor of editing it. So let there be better, more, and more love. You know, you guys are my favorite Trini couple. And their miracle baby boy, John John. We both have John Johns. Happy birthday and happy anniversary, guys. Love ya.
Let me tell you something, people.
Wow.
Tina wedding all did have dancers, performers
All right.
came and
Sure.
performed before the bride. I don't know what's coming
That
to
was me.
America when the people have the dance on them.
Mm-mm.
And Tina
That
wedding,
was
that's
mine.
enough.
My mother in our
Where's the
bashment,
Tina?
gold
There was
and
a
red.
concert performance before the bride
Gonna
come in.
preach.
I don't
But
understand.
me tell you. And
Rotted.
you know how you say you plan everything?
Okay.
I'm coming to Jamaica, so me
Queen.
want to plan everything, but I had my sister and she's an event person, and all I did, this took off all the stress off of me, but all I did was download all of my plans to my sister, and she executed it perfectly because it wasn't just all in my head. I just said, here's what I want, here's a song, here's what, here's this, here's what's gonna happen first, second, third, blah, blah. I gave her everything and she just run it. I mean, never have to worry about one. You know how some brides have so much things in them head, them not just distribute it to. And the other thing I said when I was getting married, I said, people always have dramatic situations in their wedding. There's always some drama make the bride stress out, right? I said, I don't want none of that. So the dramatic family members was not a part of my wedding. I said, God, whoever you want, who's gonna cause me the least drama, make them say yes. And then I have my mama bear on my side, right? Just a Veronica's made of other side. Anybody I come in there, you know, so she'll come with a karate chop, so cause she got me. You understand what I'm saying? So I have her, zero drama in my life. Zero.
God.
I remember the night of my wedding, ladies. I stay up crying the entire night because, and it's not tears of sadness. I felt like, oh my gosh, how did I get here?
It's here.
I didn't even
How did I
think.
get here? Because it was literally
Aw.
like 2 years prior
Yeah.
that you were devastated. So
Wow.
to see that transition, and I remember saying to you, because she was at my
Mhm.
wedding 2 years prior to that, and I remember saying to her, "You're going to get married," and
Mm.
she's like, "I must mad you, are mad," because I ain't dated nobody, so me don't know what kind of marriage you are talking about.
Mm.
And it happened, and she could
The
not.
whole night.
Tina ball
Wow.
from the night.
Through the car,
Tina
me a
ball
ball.
in the morning
Mm-mm.
when the people
Me a ball
to the
Oh
after
people them a put
makeup.
God.
on the makeup, them a do our
I was
hair
bawling the whole
when we
night.
in the
Yeah, but
car.
In the night,
The
I just kept
entire
seeing how
listen.
God take me from devastation to restoration. I saw my heart from in pieces
wow.
to just him putting it back together, to him giving me and it's all in a decision to say, you know what, not because somebody, one person hurt me, I am going to make a decision not to allow someone else to love me. And I was crying the whole night, just happy
Wow.
tears that I saw God take a wrecked, broken person and
Tears.
found somebody to love her. Because literally, I'm going to tell you the honest to goodness truth. When we went to therapy, I discovered that, but like 10 years after we got married, when I went to therapy, I realized that my husband's love was what healed me too. He healed me back to myself. I was so decimated. His love healed me back to myself. And so,
Mm.
yeah, wedding day, Oh my gosh, my mom said she was so proud. I got to give you all the joke because I spent the last 2 weeks trying to figure out this piece of the puzzle that was very strange to me. May I ask Veronica, may I ask everybody? I'm like, I don't understand how this happened. So y'all hear me talk about my father and the relationship we had in the past. But my father is walking me down the aisle in all of my wedding pictures, and I'm confused about that fact. And I couldn't understand how did I make that decision to have him walk me down. I'm like, wait a second, this don't make no sense in my head, cause he's dead to me type of thing. I'm like, how in the world did he give me away if he never had me? That don't make that don't look like a decision I would make. And so I'm going on this fact finding expedition to find out how in the world that happened. I asked V, she said, me not really know, cause me confused. And me never know. I mean, I look through diary if I try to find out if I write it down
Right,
anywhere. And
you know
she
what?
said, call your grandmother. Come ask my mother, nothing. I call my grandmother, she said, you called us and you were talking to us about, not about basically maybe me walk you down and your mother or whatever. And I remember telling you that, just let bygones be bygones. He's your father already. You had named Samuel's last name. So she said, she told me, she said, let bygones be bygones. Because what was happening, like for the wedding, he was like repairing the church and he was proud too. So he was doing stuff and fixing up the church and repairing the church and making sure that everything's just as new to do whatever he could. So it's almost like the whole community came together to celebrate me getting married to my husband. And from daddy to everybody. So he walks me down the aisle. Mommy come down first, all of the people come down first, and he walks me down the aisle. And when I get to the edge of the island, he's supposed to hand me over. So the pastor, what the pastor says, who gives this woman
Here
to this
comes
man?
Avis.
My father already said, I do. Mommy, she just jump up beside him and say, we
Oh,
do.
Lord! Oh! You ain't gonna take that from
You
me.
ain't gonna steal my joy.
I
Wow.
said, Mommy, why did you do that? She said, first of all, I did all of this by myself. And there is no way he's
Take.
gonna come and take something that he did not have any responsibility or shared in anything.
Mm,
And I wanted to let the world know that I'm okay with giving you to him. She was
mm.
like, yes, this is my daughter. My blood, sweat, and tears, all the sacrifices I give. Yes, I'm in
Yes.
agreement with this too. I'm gonna let my voice be made heard. So
Wow.
my mom stood up in an unconventional setting just to say, I give my daughter away.
Mm,
She never silenced her voice
mm.
at that moment. She spoke up her truth in
In
that
that
moment
moment.
and stuff. And stuff. And she felt so proud because she was like, I didn't get to do this, but here,
Here.
my daughter. Let me tell you,
Mm.
people, my mother rent out gold limousine,
Sure.
Lexus limousine for me, right? Come in my wedding,
Red
man.
bling. Mm-mm.
Let me say, roll up like a princess, gold. She said, I wanted a white, but they didn't have it. And they said gold. I said, yes, that's perfect. That's
Sure.
perfect. I'll fit there.
Goa. No, sir.
Roll up.
Mm-mm.
Yep, she paid for my hunt my the night of the hunt the night the hotel where we stayed. She was just bring the man. All the food was taken care of. Everybody was giving this cake, make everybody. It was just a nice, wonderful community
Mm.
wedding. Like just like my little parties used to be. My wedding was like that. Really, I don't know half the people who were there, but hello, my mom just wanted.
Hey,
She had her
she
She just
had
party
had
her
and
a
she was
party.
party.
quite happy about it. She had her party. That's it. This is what she lived for, she said, and she was so happy about it. This was also huge because it was kind of the first time she had the opportunity, was given the opportunity to celebrate a marriage in our family, especially coming from her own lineage. And there's nothing truly special about me in all of this. The lesson I got from this more than anything else is that you don't really have to live your parents' life. You don't have to follow in their footsteps because God have a plan for every single person. So he can break generational curses and he can give you what they never had. Um, so you don't have to be like, well, my mom was lonely, so I'm going to be lonely. You don't have to do that. We all can carry our own light. We can find our own path, you know? How? Trust in the Lord with all your heart and don't lean on your own understanding. And then in everything, when you acknowledge Him, He will surely direct your path, people. Ladies out there, He will direct what path you should take. But it's all about trusting Him first. But yeah, my grandmother say, she said, yeah, man, me tell you, just relax and nobody worry about the old time stuff. And she said, she literally telling me, if you say, me I gonna make bygones, me make big bygones. And I just don't remember that. That had to be the Holy Spirit.
Mm.
So I told you that
That had to be the
grandma
Holy
would have tell
Spirit
you what
because
it
Mm.
was.
God. Oh, she also said, I did not want to bring the old into something new. So I wanted to let that roll away.
Oh,
Mm.
that makes sense.
I did not remember any of that conversation
Mm.
until recently when I spoke to her.
Wow.
So again, I don't remember that. That was God.
That-
That was God.
But I like that statement, and not bringing the old into the new.
oh,
That's another podcast where you're
mm.
bringing old baggage into this new
That's
relationship.
another topic
Yeah.
there.
That's
Mm.
All
another
that.
topic
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
for
the
another
baggage.
day. But I like that, and I think those words jolt you, and you're
Mm.
like, I'm not bringing
Mm-mm.
toxic into
Yeah.
this
I
because
live
you know what
toxic.
toxic was, and so you were making sure that, okay, if that's going to happen, if I do this, toxic is going to enter this, I'm not going to
Decision.
allow that.
Decision.
Didn't
So
even
there you
realize
made
it.
a
I
decision.
don't remember it. Do
Mm.
you understand what I'm saying?
The decisions.
But that decision safeguarded my relationship earlier on, even when me did toxic with some of my bad ways. You
Mm.
understand what I'm trying to say? Because it didn't, that negativity
Mm.
from the past did not enter. That resentment from the past never didn't have any space in there because we started it out bringing everybody back
Mm.
you know on the same page. It's very interesting.
Very. And I'm thinking about going back to like the marriage and how I initially made a decision that in my marriage,
Mm,
we have to
mm-hmm.
be a couple that we enjoy each other company. That was important to me. Like I wanted to make sure that we enjoyed each other company. So even when we were
Okay.
dating, like that was important. Like we had to, because I watched other relationship where people they wouldn't even like talking to each other. They come into a room and you could feel the animosity. And it was so toxic to me as a kid growing up and just watching it. And I'm like, I don't want to ever be in a relationship where I can't stand, because that's how I felt. Like these two people can't stand each other, but yet still they're together.
Mm,
So I
mm.
knew at an early age, if I'm in a relationship and I'm getting married and we gonna be in a marriage, it had to be where we enjoyed each other, love each other.
But you ever wonder why people think so they can hide that them not?
Because they
You
have a
ever
smile
wonder
on
why
their
people?
face. Because they have a smile on their face.
It's so fake though.
The facade is
Ha
up.
ha.
I got the facade up. Yes. And as soon as the person entered the
Like a
room,
who you fool? Because again, if you're not happy, you don't know yourself. You're fooling yourself. Because again, when you genuinely,
Yeah.
purely, like Trina said, enjoy your spouse company, when you genuinely and truly enjoy and love your spouse, like Veronica was saying, people see
mhm,
it.
Your man walk through the door, every woman can that's your man, because you lighten up. Everyone should be able to be like,
And that's true. And how how I noticed that was, I think Marlon and I were going. I think we were going to Jamaica. I think we were going to Jamaica. Yeah, and we were on the plane, and you know how we are. We're just having a conversation and just talking and laughing and whatever. And the plane land, and we were getting off, and a guy got up and he turned around and he's like, "You guys have been together a long time, haven't you?" And we looked at each other and we're
yeah.
smiling. We were like, right. He was like, "Why did you say that?" He's like, "Because it's so you
Mm,
guys, it seems so easy for you, and you guys are actually having
yeah,
fun."
Here,
yeah.
Because
people
Mhm.
notice.
people notice. It
We are
shows.
good. Our radar picks up real
Yeah.
love. It just does as human beings. You pick it up,
Mhm.
you feel it, you want in the presence
Yeah.
of it. It nice. I just like how Veronica was saying, and me and everybody were talking a while ago, and she tell me, say me a ball out the whole thing. Literally, we have to have the paper towels underneath my eye in the car. It was funny, just so that my eyeliner would run
Yep.
down on my
Oh,
face. Because you have these tears of happiness that just
can't.
can't stop. I
Mm.
just burst. This week, I had that same feeling. So I'm doing my meditation, and usually there's a point in my meditation where I pray. And when I got to this point in my meditation, I am crying the whole time, just like the night I'm wedding.
Mm.
And I would just fill with this sense of gratitude that God gave me my husband. That was my whole heart. It was when, was it? I don't remember if it was Thursday or when. I just could not stop crying. Come here, I say, oh me, oh you pick. It's almost I could never pick my husband. It's like you know you feel the divinity in it because it feel so real.
Mm.
You just appreciate the ground him walk on. You just feel so happy that he's with you. Him could have picked I could have make a decision and him not pick me, or him could have picked somebody else. These are all decisions that could have happened, that could
Mhm.
have caused our lives to go in a completely
Mhm.
opposite direction.
Exactly.
He got a heartbreak. I got a heartbreak. It end up leading to heartbreak people to one another. Boom, 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 din, din, din. And it's like God just orchestrates certain things. So even in your pain, there is purpose in a
Mhm.
people.
Oh yeah. Always. Mm.
Yep. Always.
He wants to get you to your purpose sometimes. But what we make a mistake and do, I remember making a decision as well to feel the pain, to cry in the heartbreak time, to vent, to go through the various mourning stages. But I also made a decision not to stay there forever.
Mm. You have to make a decision.
You
Yeah.
have to make
You
a
have to make
decision
a
to
decision
exit
to come
stage
out.
left.
That's true.
Mhm.
Cause too many people
Mm.
hurt forever.
Ever. Ooh.
Oh, them wife up the hurt.
And one.
Oh,
1960 and one.
1960 and one.
I had a conversation with a 70-year-old woman. I'm sorry, I have to bring up the toxic
Go-
conversation. I had a conversation with a 70-year-old woman, and she was telling me her story about being with a man who she didn't know was married until he was dead,
Mm.
having children for him, everything. She shared the story.
Mm.
Mm.
Had all her kids, didn't know that this man had another family and all of that. And some relationships end up like that. But she's telling me about the story, and the pain is raw. Everything is so rich. I'm thinking this happened yesterday, right? So I just decided to ask her. So when him dead and when you find out 1976, I said, whoops.
No, stop. No, no. What?
I said 40 years
What?
ago.
Mhm.
And the woman have up the arty, pretty, 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 pretty
Wow.
woman, long, pretty ear, beautiful skin. She have the prettiest personality ever. You love her when she cook food nice for you. She loving and sweet. but she cannot. She park in at the heartbreak and just don't want to move out of there.
Wow.
40 years later.
40 years. Mm.
And when my mother them tell me, say, they make a decision never to want anybody and da 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 da, my decision, let me tell you what the gift for me get. My decision not to stay where my parents stayed gave me the opportunity to see what it is like with a father in the house raising children.
Mm.
I would not get that
Mm.
opportunity if my husband,
Preach.
if I did not select my husband, if God never give me the opportunity for just get love back again, I would not see. I am living right now with my children, and it's the first time I'm seeing what it looks like for a father to be in a house with kids. That's the opportunity I would have. See there, Trina, two, and right? I would have missed that opportunity because you shut down in a pain.
You would have also robbed your child of that opportunity.
Oh
Ah.
yeah, because remember me and you the plan. We
Well, say
just
under
gonna
the
have a
plan
kid
that.
and no man.
Listen, no, we had another friend who was in the plan as well. Actually,
A
Actually,
tree
I
a
was
we.
all
three idiots,
mm,
three fools.
ready.
But my
Ready to
one
have
did
kids.
even worse. Me did I look for a sperm
Mm.
donor.
Sure. You're not even in what?
Me not even did
Me never reach them
want
the
to
level there
even
yet.
bother with no
Oh,
male
God.
species.
Mm-mm.
It's the thing.
The
That's the
decisions we
thing.
make. The decisions
So
we
you see how much the
the
decisions.
decisions we make.
I would have missed out on seeing. Number two, I would have missed out on someone loving me to the point where I could love well. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Mm.
I'm not giving peace of love, but all of my
All of
love.
your love.
Because our spouses have the power to heal us
Mm.
too with the love. The love reaching up people.
Hello.
When you lock
When a
yourself off of that, they
man
love, they're
loves
not give
you.
love and not talk about the old time story and the past and the
Mm.
drama, baby. Yeah, rob yourself of the beautiful healing that comes out of love.
Mm.
Love heals all wounds. Love cover all our sin. Love is just
Mm.
a powerful thing.
That unconditional love.
In fact, love is God.
Love. Ooh.
Oh, it's
Mm.
amazing.
Mm. Mm.
I would not see it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see what it is like because I shut myself out from because one person wasn't whole.
Mm.
Me I gonna make my entire life shut down because one person was broken and make a decision that don't include me in there.
Hmm.
No.
It's time to move
Time to
on,
move.
ladies. One heartbreak don't mean that is only one man in the world for you. You can love again and love again and love again and try again. This time, how I got to the point of loving again, I said, God, what was my prayer? I said, God, next person that come in my life, you choose them.
Mm.
And I find that whenever I pray those prayers and start make my plan and agenda
Mm-hmm.
and rate, he often honors it. Like I say, okay, no more of me.
You say you surrender.
This ain't working at all. Yeah, this ain't working. Can you help? Next person comes into my life. I pray that uh, uh, you send the person instead of me trying to pick who I think I connect with or my personality matches with or you know watch what is show name again? V, yeah, the queen of the shows.
What?
They show them with
Bridgerton?
the
Br-
no man, they show with the
Oh,
married at
marriage at
first
first.
sight and you do the
Oh,
personality
Oh.
test and
yes.
rate blah.
Mm.
Marriage at first sight. I actually only watched one season, but yeah,
Me too. I
people
couldn't watch
they
anymore.
the premise of the show is the psychiatrists and all these doctors and they do these personality tests and they match you with the person who you would on paper, because the premise is we are too visual. We have that
Mm-hmm.
image in our head of what our mate should be and what we really want, but we're not choosing people who we're compatible with. So I guess the different tests should find someone who you're compatible with, and most times it doesn't look like what you thought.
It never does.
Never does.
And they take the emotions part out of it. They take the stuff that normally would cause people, the physical and the chemical
Mm-hmm.
thing from a distance. Some of the people them where they match up the
Mm,
people them with is like there's no way you would
yeah.
have picked that person.
Oh yeah.
And the unlikely, I remember the one season we watched, the most unlikely couple that everybody thought was going to break up. Them
And
still
then
Yep.
a stand the
still.
test of time.
Look at that.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like that. There's no way Tina and Roddy's gonna make it. She too this and him too that. There is
But
no
the
way.
reason why people make it,
Mm-mm.
it's because every day they get up, they make a decision to
Oh,
stay together.
mm, that's
Every
it.
single
Yep.
day,
That's it.
each person in that relationship
Mm-hmm.
make the decision that I'm going to stay. That's all it is, people. There's no magic portion. There's no
Nothing.
class we can take you to and make you do
Mm-mm.
these tests. And if you do these 5 things, it will last forever and you'll always be happy. Each day, both you and the person you're with make the
Yep.
decision that I'm going to stay. But when you make that decision, what are you going to do?
Action steps, action
Action.
steps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be present. Are you going to be
There you
present?
go.
Are you going to be open to receive and give? Are
Are
you
you gonna
going
be
to be
vulnerable?
vulnerable?
Even
Mm-hmm.
if it hurts sometime. Are you gonna be honest? Or are you just gonna be real and just put down the front and the facade and say, listen, this is me, good, bad, and ugly. You can decide to love me. But don't spend your life deciding to make somebody else's life miserable. It is not pretty. Misery love company, but really it need to be by itself.
Or sometimes it's fear, because I've heard women say that too. The fear, they're afraid of being alone. So they rather stay in it.
That's an
Oh, yeah.
interesting philosophy.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
yes.
Fear of
They're
being
afraid of being
lonely.
alone, so I'd rather stay because at least I have somebody there with me.
And that's a
But
legitimate fear, Trina, where some people like, I don't want to die alone.
oh,
Mm.
yes. Mm-hmm.
But why does it have to be so extreme though?
Because most people
Mm.
think in black and white, there's no
True.
gray.
And that is why it is always imperative to ask the chief master planner, okay, I think I want to try
Mm.
to trust your plan. Because at the end of the day, it's not if it not
Right.
go the way you expect it, it's on him. It's just that you are all right.
Right?
People say I'd rather not be alone. Jesus is not really here with me, and I just don't. I need a person and a body, and I'd rather have a married body than nobody, or I'd rather have a person who treats me inferior than have nobody. I promise you. We said this in the first podcast. There is someone who loves you more than your parents, more than you love yourself, far more than you know. There is somebody who love you like that. And what our prayer for you is that you would come face to face with the heart, his divine heart for you, because that's where the true love is, and that is the only thing that can fill us. It's not even in the relationship. It's a vertical relationship with the Father that really fills us to the point that no human being can feel. So you try stuff a human in a place what just kind of is actually custom made for just God alone. You can't stuff any human being. No husband can go in that, no parent, no father, no one, because he's supposed to go there. And I know hardships, society, life, issues, just just disaster, pandemic, so many natural disasters squeeze us into places where you just become like you're just a function in it. You just a flow with the chaos. You flow with the distraction, you flow with the hurt, you flow with the pain. Um and us queens here just wanna say to you, you're more than your pain, you're more than your trauma. You can rise from the ashes. Just make a decision to. And if you don't have a hand, you just say, Lord, I need your hand to hold. Just guide me out of the ashes. And as I close my eyes, I just can see so many women as phoenixes rising from the ashes. Whatever pain you're in, whatever trauma that has held you back, whatever person who has told you you are nothing, whatever person who has touched you improperly, whoever violated your innocence, that does not define you. Whoever left you at the altar, that one incident is not the blueprint of God's plan for your life. So ask the Lord, in this pain, guide me, hold my hand, Father, and lead me to my purpose. And you will rise like the phoenix out of your ashes.
Until next time, add us to your calendar every Monday. Subscribe, like, leave a comment, and tell everybody, I mean everybody, about our podcast. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at The Beloved Queen.